Qam Yasharahla. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Makakodash, Barakata, Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai. Alright, double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, peace and salutation to you, Akim, who just pushing the truth in love and sincerity and in charity. Okay, this is the brother Yashawan from the GMS Bombers Camp, back again with another lesson. Okay, you have seen the title. Okay, the Most High instruct us not to follow after the heathen. Okay, not to do after the heathen, not to learn their ways. Okay, after we have come out of Egypt. Okay, the children of Israel. Okay, princes of the power. Okay, you Native American Indians, Latinos, and Negroes and Israelites that look like these other nations. Okay, which we know that the Most High has scattered or dispersed his people, the Israelites, out throughout the four winds. Okay, so therefore we can look like them. Okay, we can basically do some of the same things that they are doing. Okay, us being a lost nation. Okay, but the water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai for waking us up into this foreknowledge, into this truth. Those of us in the know, who knows what time it is. Okay, so yeah, man. This is the article right here. Okay, dealing with cosmetics. Okay, it says 7. This is from the True Hugger .com. Okay, it says 7 gross ingredients found in cosmetics. Okay, now let me just jump to a precept real quick. Okay, let's jump into a precept real quick. Alright, this is Job 9 and 24. Okay, and this is why all this garbage is happening today. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces and judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, surely wickedness will be happening straight through. Okay, this is Proverbs 29 and 2. Alright, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Okay, so when the wicked in rule, alright, all kind of stuff happen. Okay, the people they mourn, but the people that is gonna mourn, alright, basically you have the elect of the nation of Israel be sighing and crying daily. Okay, but then again you have people on the whole, or people on the whole, mourning for what's going on in the earth today. Okay, all of the injustice. Okay, what is happening? Alright, but yeah, man, they say cosmetics and skincare products are formulated to make you feel beautiful, but often the ingredients they contain are less than attractive on their own. The following list reveals some of the more questionable substances that appear in the beauty aisle. And while readers may have different reasons for not liking these, it's always a good idea to familiarize oneself with what's going on and what's going in and on our bodies. You see, so the average person, they ain't checking over what's going on in and on their bodies. Okay, they just want it because they want to look good and this and that. It's also a valuable reminder that requesting natural or naturally derived ingredients in places of synthetics may result in them coming from unexpected places. Okay, now check this now. Alright, the Lord said, learn not the way of the heathen. Okay, this one, the cochineal beetles. Okay, it's those same things right there. Alright, beetles. If you're using makeup that has carmine in the ingredient list, that means its color is derived from cochineal beetles. These insects are native to Mexico and are crushed to release their vibrant red dye. Okay, Peter says 70,000 insects are crushed to make or to produce 1 pound of dye, which obviously raises ethical issues for vegans. Okay, like Starbucks, they have here. Alright. Number 2, snail oats. The same slimy thing in the back of the snail. When the snail move, they leave that slimy film. Okay, check this out. And we know the snail is unclean. Okay, to the Lord. The Lord didn't tell us to eat that, nor to even put that on ourselves. Okay, alright. Like the snail in the sea, which is the conch. Our people, they love conch. Okay, a number of anti-aging skin creams contains the slimy gel left behind the snails on the move. The mucus-like secretion is primarily marketed as an acne treatment, but it's supposed to be good for healing scars and burns and deeply moisturizing skin. A quick search on the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep database reveal a number of snail-based face masks. Okay, you see that? And this is what people are putting on their skin and on their faces. Okay, through these cosmetics. Okay, and some of them are hard to basically avoid, because we know that Esau, Edom, this devil, and along with these other nations, they putting it in soaps, they putting it in lotions, face creams, hair products like the grease and all these other stuff. Okay, this is stuff what we know that it's hard basically to avoid or to avoid, right? When you go in the food store, now you have these things naturally. They make these things naturally, like out of the plants. Okay, out of the oil. Okay, they make these things naturally, but each of them have those things so expensive that the average person, they can't afford it. Okay, check this: infant skin. Okay, infant skin, dead babies. Baby foreskin contains a protein called epidermal growth factor that high-end spas like to use anti-aging skin firming treatments, because the baby skin is dead firm. I mean, soft. Okay. Say the EGF can be formulated using other ingredients such as human tissues like skin and kidneys and stem cells that have been taken from newborn foreskins and cloned for cosmetic use. Okay, and all this stuff is unclean, because the Most High have no desire in him that diet. Okay, all this stuff is unclean. Okay, and our people, especially these women who going up inside these Highland house, they face stock right down with flicking makeup. Okay, and that's one bunch of uncleanliness. Okay, mink oil, the same little animal right here, and you can see he unclean. Okay? Mink oil has been used in cosmetics and hair products since 1950. Like going back to what they're saying, but using these stuff in hair products and all that stuff. Some of them are hard to be basically to escape. Okay, they putting it in your shampoo, your conditioner, and all that type stuff. It is made by rendering the fat from the mink carcass, dead mink, then purify, bleach, and deodorize. You see that? Cosmetic and skin reports that the discovery was made when mink farmers' hands became incredibly soft after killing the animals. Despite later research showing that mink oil is really no more effective than a plant-based oil, it continued to be added to cosmetics, mostly because of the glamorous prestige, and unfortunately still is to this day, although in small quantities. Okay, in other words, like they kill these animals, all right, and they make oil with them, okay, or with their skin or whatever have you. Okay, ambergris, which is the whale. Okay, we heard about this. Okay, we call it over here the whale puke. Okay, but it's actually it is erected from the sperm whale. As it say, the ambergris is a traditional fixative ingredient used in expensive perfume. Okay, it is ejected by sperm whales as a black slurry that floats on the ocean surface and eventually solidifies into a rock-like substance that washes up on shoreline. Okay, we call that over here in the Bahamas, we call that whale puke. Okay, that's what we call it, and guess what? It is very expensive. Okay, you get piece of that rock like that, and you sell it to Edom, the so-called white man, because they come and they buy that. They buy it for thousands of dollars, and they make millions from it. Okay, but you can tell you right here. Okay, see right here in this section. All right, it's a research in modern times would suggest that it primarily forms in the whale's intestines, in the whale gut or in the belly, and would be excreted from the animal rather than being vomited out from the stomach. Despite this research, many people still refer to ambergris as whale vomit. Okay, the ambergris has been enormously valuable for millennia, used medically and cosmetically by everyone from ancient Egypt. You see that going back to Egypt? The Lord tell us learn of the way of the heathen from to the Middle Ages to present day Persian perfumers is no longer allowed in the US, but internationally trade is still legal. The concern is in the divining numbers of sperm whales, which are down to approximately 315,000 from 1.1 million estimated before whaling become widespread. You see? And all this stuff Esau Edom take and put in perfumes and cosmetic products. Okay? And the whale don't have fins. Whale have fins but not scales. Okay? The talo. Okay? Alright? You could read that. Basically, that goes back to a cow. Okay? The cow is a clean animal. Then you have plastic. Okay? You go ahead and read that. Alright? So, yeah, man. But overall, like, yeah, the Lord tell you, learn of the ways of the heathen. Okay? Don't do after they do. Alright? Let me just get that real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1 and 2. Hear ye the word which Yahweh spaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith Yahweh power, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay? Don't do what you see they do. This is Proverbs 3 and 31. Check this. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Okay? You shouldn't even want to look like them. Because why? They unclean. Okay? Don't do what they do. Alright? For the forward is abomination to the Lord. Forward basically means to depart. Okay? Or to turn aside, being devious, being perverse. But his secret is with the righteous, and only the righteous is going to take heed the way of the Lord. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay? But he blessed the inhabitant of the just. Surely he scorneth the scorners, but he giveth grace unto the lowly. The wise shall inherit glory, but shame shall be the promotion of fools. Okay? So all them women and thing who putting on all these makeup and thing and all that stuff, they putting on babies, dead babies on their skin. They putting on them that beetle on their skin. Okay? And all these other stuff. Alright? Let's shoot right here to the book of Judith. And let's see if Judith put on any makeup. Okay? This is Judith 10, starting at the top to the verse 4. Now after that she had ceased to cry unto Yahweh, power of Israel, and had made an end of all these words. Okay, after she finished praying. She rose where she had fallen down, and called her maiden, and went down into the house, in the which she abode in the Sabbath days, and in her feast days, and pulled off her sackcloth which she had on, and put off the garments of her widowhood, because her husband had died. Okay, and she was a widow for a while. And washed her body all over with water, and anointed herself with precious ointment, and braided the hair of her head, and put on the tire upon it, meaning she wrapped her hair, and put on her garments of gladness, wherewith she was glad during the life of Manasseh, her husband. You see that? So when her husband was alive and all that, she was happy and glad. So she was wearing the attire, like a beauty, nice clothes and stuff like that. Okay, so now that her husband dead, she had on the garments of widowhood, so that people would know that she was a widow and her husband died. Okay, and she took sandals upon her feet, and put about her a bracelet, and her chains, and her rings, and her earrings, and all her ornaments, and deck herself beauty to a bravely, and deck herself bravely to allure the eyes of all men that should see her. So she didn't put on no flicking makeup. Okay? She put on bracelet, chains, rings, earrings, and all her ornaments. Okay? Like rings and chains and all that stuff. Okay, she didn't put on no makeup. Okay? So yeah, man. So that shows you right there. Okay? She followed the word of the Lord. She didn't desire the looks of those heathens. Okay? So with that, I hope you edify this lesson. So I say until next time, Shalom.